If you're a motivated property buyer, I'm guessing you would like to buy from a motivated property seller, ideally. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 killer ways that I've used for the last 15 years to help my clients find motivated sellers to buy from. Let's jump in. All right, so quick backstory. I own Power Bespoke. We're an award-winning estate agency. We help buyers buy property. We help sellers sell property. We marry buyers and sellers together. And when it comes to helping my clients find properties, I've got a real plan and structure around helping them do that. And I'm going to talk you through 3 of those things in this video. And they're going to consist of the property portals. And then right at the very end, I'm going to share a secret that not many people know. So let's jump in. So the first one is a little hack, actually. If you go to Rightmove and you do a search, say you're looking in Hawley, might be giving it away there, where I live. There's a browser plugin that I use all the time called Property Log. What that does is it gives you the history. It adds a little date and it gives you the history. So if we scroll through here, in a minute we'll see this property's come down 20% since it went on the market. It started life at 1.25 million and it's now offers over 1 million. So that's a little side note. That's a really handy tool. You can attach to your browser, it's a Chrome extension. Attach it to your browser and then you'll start seeing this information when you browse property. And it comes into the main product as well. Anyway, on to the main points. So, Zoopla. I'm not the biggest fan of Zoopla, but it does give some extra data and information that Rightmove doesn't. So let's pretend, right, I'm looking to buy a property in Coventry. Let's sort these filters out quickly. I don't want to see retirement or shared ownership, blah, blah, blah. Right. Now, bear in mind, you want to find motivated property sellers. One of the biggest signals for someone being motivated is them reducing the price of their property. Now, on Zoopla, you can filter results by this. So you can click on most reduced and it will give you at the very top the most reduced properties. Now, if you also make sure I'm not including sold, as you scroll through, you'll notice this one's come down 48.3% and it was last reduced 17th of November. Now the date today is the 30th of November. The probability of them being willing to reduce even more at this point is quite slim. But as we scroll through, that one's been reduced 27%, October, about 6 weeks ago. So they're probably thinking, oh damn, I reduced my price, it still hasn't sold. I might need to think about my next steps. November, if we keep scrolling through, I want to show you one that's probably, June 2023, perfect example. Been reduced in total since it went onto the market by 21.7%. And the last time it was reduced is in June. So they may need to reduce it even more to get it sold. Or you come along, make them a very serious, motivated offer of £75,000 and they may well consider it. And the benefit of that is you're not then competing with all the buyers that are going to start wanting to view it once the price gets reduced. Now, if we go into that property, and look, I don't want to be horrible, but most of these are actually purple bricks, or just noticed. Purple bricks, and we've only got a little way down the page and there are already 2 of them. Anyway, if we go into the property, scroll down to the listing history and you'll get to see even in 2015 it sold for 86,000, came on the market 115,000, got reduced to 90,000 in June, still hasn't sold, probably going to reduce it some more to get it sold, maybe. But if you come along with a serious offer, I'm sure they'll consider it, particularly if you've got an agent like myself or one of my team members negotiating the purchase for you. There's a whole nother video, but we do offer that service. Check out their website. Let's quickly look at another one. May, there we go. May 2023, again, reduced ages ago, still hasn't gone under offer because it's still showing as for sale. And wow, that's death by 1,000 cuts. 190, 180, 170, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, go in there with a serious offer. And it's probably worth noting on this, it is really important on how you present your offer. to agents. Don't just ring them up and be like, I've seen that place, come on the market ages ago, been reduced loads, my offer's 110. There's a lot more to it. You won't get very far if you take that approach. Coming from an agent, I can assure you, right? So that's the first tip. Now the second tip, we get back to Rightmove. Now these aren't like, don't need to be a rocket scientist to work these out. If you've had a good look around the portals, you'll work these ones out for yourself. But many people just miss the search facilities within these portals. So on Zoopla, you can search for the most reduced, as we've just covered, most reduced, and you can do most recent. But on Zoopla, you can't search for the oldest. Whereas back over to Rightmove, if I'm looking for a house in Coventry, and my budget is between, let's say, 500 and 700. I don't want to include sold, and I want minimum 4 bedrooms. Find properties. So on this one, you can search by oldest listed. Now bear in mind, we're trying to find the most motivated sellers, because we're a motivated buyer, and you want to buy. If you're a motivated buyer, you want to buy from a motivated seller. So oldest listed, forget the feature property, and then we come down here. Oh, this is not looking very good for purple bricks, is it? Sorry, PB. It's so annoying, actually. Side note, see, our initials are PB, Power Bespoke, and people sometimes assume get us mixed up with them. Not the case. We're different companies. But here, this one's a bit of a double whammy. It's been on the market the longest amount of time since 2022, and it's also been reduced back then. Wow, reduced last year. The side note for this is some of these houses could have gone under offer and they've come back for sale once, twice, multiple times. Chains can collapse. They could have poor surveys. So if you are looking at these old listings, you really got to be making sure that you're asking the estate agent the right questions, because agents have a responsibility not to withhold material information. That's quite an important thing. So let's keep scrolling. Let's have a look. Oh dear, purple bricks. I feel like I'm going to get sued by them. Side note, I once was sent a letter from their lawyers to stop me saying things about them. But again, yeah, reduce. Now you can use the 2 websites, which are quite handy, because you can get some data from here, some data from there. But bear in mind, not all estate agents advertise on both websites. So having these additional data sources is really quite handy. So there we go. Tip number 1 is use the Zoopla most reduced list. Look for the ones that were reduced longest time ago, because if they're reducing, they're kind of putting their hand up saying I'm motivated to sell. If they're reducing and still not selling, they're then putting probably both hands up saying I'm really keen to sell. Please, someone come along, make me a serious offer. Serious being the important thing. Don't go out putting loose offers around. It's got to be committed in writing with all the information that you need to provide. I'll do a video on that at some point, but that's what's got to happen. Now the third tip is get talking to these people before they even hit these websites. So if they've hit the market and they've sat on the market, you're probably a bit too late, in my opinion. The best and ultimate strategy is get speaking to these soon-to-be sellers before they start advertising and marketing their properties. If you're motivated and they're motivated. Now, I've got an analogy on this, right? 20 years of experience tells me for every 5 people for sale on the market, 3 of them have to sell, because you don't generally go on the market unless you really need to move, and 2 of them want to move. Okay, so needs and wants, okay? Out of 5 sellers, 3 will have to move due to uncontrollable driving factors, and 2 in those 5 will want to move, and if they don't, they'll take it off the market, stay where they are for a couple more years. They're not bothered. The hard thing is you're not going to know from Rightmove and Zoopla and anywhere really which group these sellers fall into. Go to powerbespoke.co.uk. That's our website, funny enough. Click on search property. You're welcome to view our properties we're for sale in Surrey in the southeast, but you probably want to go to this one. Can't find what you're looking for? Find out more here. Now this is our off-market property search tool. It's a database of every single property in the whole country, and check this out, it's really cool. So you want to live in Coventry. Let's do CV1, make it easier. and you're looking between 400. This is so good. Bear with me on this. I love it. Our clients love it. Everyone loves it. 700. Apply that. Property type, I want a detached, maybe a semi-detached if it's in the right area, and I've got so many kids, I need at least 5 beds, right? Let's go a bit higher, show us some more properties, or lower even. Lower and higher. Okay. 28 homes. Now these are not on the market, okay? And I've used a bad example because I have, but basically their 26 homes are currently off market and in our database. One is more likely to move in at 12 months. One is currently for sale. One is under offer. It's that one that's likely to move in the next 12 months that we want to be talking to on your behalf, or you can approach them. But you're never going to get to see the addresses. So you got here and it gives you an idea of what it is, 5 beds. You got another one over here, look, 5 beds. And then our team will go and approach those people and say, hey, I've got a really motivated buyer. Are you a motivated seller? Let's talk. Let me give you another example on that. It'll probably be more RH1. There we go. This is a better example. 723 homes. 22 are more likely to move in the next 12 months. That uses AI, right? Artificial intelligence. It looks at so many data points. It looks at the average churn or move rate in a road, and it says, well, it's likely that in this road, 5 of them are going to sell soon, and 2 of them are 5 bedrooms. So that's going to put that in that 22% probability and likely. It's a really cool tool. And you can even go deeper and be like, I want to live on this side of town. What's over this side of town? And then you can have us approach people on your behalf to say, really motivated buyer. Picture this, right? It takes people up to 12 months. They say 6 months, but 6 to 12 months to kind of think and decide and think about moving. I'm a great example. I've been an estate agent for 20 years, but me and my wife have been chatting for the last 2 or 3 months to be like, oh, should we think about moving? We could like a bigger house. We've got 4 children. We've got 4 bedrooms. We could do with 5 bedrooms. And so that we're probably going to chat about that for another 3 months and then start making actual moves to move. Clearly, I won't need to call an estate agent because I am one, but people would usually call 3 estate agents. They'll spend a month discussing what to do, who they like, choosing an agent. So it's just a long process. So for every house on Rightmove and Zoopla, it was once not on Rightmove and Zoopla, but the occupiers in that house, people that live in it and own it, have been thinking, chatting, considering about moving house. So the aim of this strategy is to get chatting, our clients get chatting to them, we chat to them on our clients' behalf, before they pull the trigger and go to market fully when you're going to be competing. We've agreed many off-market sales because, believe it or not, people don't really like their life and their house generally, given the choice, being splashed all over Rightmove, and their life's interrupted every weekend for viewings, and it's not really an enjoyable experience like selling your house. The enjoyable bit is looking at the houses you're going to move to and negotiating them and all that exciting stuff. So there we go. 3 quick tips. I'm going to put links in the description to this search tool. I'm also going to put a link in the description to our top tips when negotiating. You can download that guide. That'll give you loads of information and it will arm you with knowledge and expertise to negotiate better. And if you need any help or advice, we're always here. Get in touch. We'll speak to you soon.